Right, so in case you've ever wanted some proof that expensive clothing doesn't necessarily mean better quality, this situation's for you. Because today we're going to be talking about a brand called Miu Miu. I'll be completely honest here, I hadn't heard of the brand before this whole situation. I did ask Emily if she knew who the brand was, and she did. First thing she mentions is that it's expensive. I mean, just look at some of the prices here, right? This denim shirt is basically $2,500. In pounds, by the way, so that's closer to $3,000 in dollars. Another example for you, this coat right here, £6,100. Again, closer to $7,000. Oh, actually, I've just realised that my conversion was way off. It's actually closer to $8,500. Either way, it's expensive clothes, right? It's not the biggest shock in the world. We know that there's many designer brands that charge a lot for their clothes, but you would probably expect for that price, the quality would be like the best it possibly can be. I think it should go out saying that the product should be able to last, especially like at least a couple of hours, right? And with me saying that, you can probably see where this is going. So someone else you need to be aware of here is a TikToker called Wisdom Care. He has around 14 million followers, right? So he is clearly a very well-known like fashion influencer, model, I believe, as well. In fact, actually looking at his bio here, there is a quote from Vogue that says, best dressed guy on TikTok. And in fact, looking at Vogue's website here, they do in fact have an article that is titled, Wisdom Care is the best dressed guy on TikTok. Now, I'm not sure if they've done a YouTube version of this, otherwise I'm sure I would have got a few messages about it, but either way, let's carry on with the video. So Wisdom recently went shopping at Miu Miu, and he ended up spending around 18 grand.
I've never made a video like this, but I went shopping today at Miu Miu, and as I'm sure you guys know, I'm a big Miu Miu fan. And I went in today and I spent a good amount of money. How much money did I spend exactly? $18,000 roonies.
And after spending such a large amount of money on clothes, obviously you're expecting the clothes to last and definitely not break straight away. Now, unfortunately, in this case, not only one item broke, but two broke.
I spent $18,000 roonies at Miu Miu. And as soon as I get home, I honestly, this might be irresponsible for me to even do. As soon as I get home, everything broke. Like, here's a vest that I got, right? I got this vest. This button came off, I was about to put it on. The instant I opened it, this button just came off.
And by the way, just to add some context as to how expensive this vest is, I found it on Farfetch and it's £2,200. Again, I know I keep saying this, but for that price, there shouldn't be any issues. Never mind a button falling off. And as we're going to find out in just a bit, and spoiler alert by the way, but as we're about to find out, this is a reoccurring thing with this brand. But sticking with this first video for now, Wisdom goes on to explain that he didn't do anything crazy. He just tried like opening the jacket and then this happened.
You can see it's some of the fabric. Like, I shit you not, I just opened it normally. Like, in fact, I didn't even get to really open it. I was taking the button just out, like that, and the first button just came off. It just came off immediately.
And it's at this point that we learn that this was actually the second item that broke. He then shows another item that he bought, and that broke in a very similar way, except this time it wasn't a button, it was a zip.
Now, that was the second item to break. The first item that broke was this sweater right here. This has never happened. Like, I've never gotten multiple pieces from a place and things are just breaking as soon as I get home. This is genuinely fucking abysmal. Like, I wouldn't do this if it wasn't for the fact that, but like, if this was the first thing that broke, if this just broke, I'd be like, wow, what the hell? And I go about my day. But the fact that two things broke, this is insane. Zipper came off. This one, I unzipped it, I put it on. Soon as I'm trying to zip it up, boom, zipper breaks.
I mean, that is just insane to me. Like, I have jackets that I've had for years that cost a very small fraction of what we're talking about here, right? I'm talking like £20, £30, right? And they've lasted years, never had a problem with the zip. How does an item, which by the way cost £1,700, as we can see right here, how does the zip on that item break instantly? I mean, it's not a good look, is it? And as far as Miu Miu are concerned, their whole thing should be like having the best possible quality, right? That's what people look for when they're spending that type of money. And I mean, a video like this coming out and not being the only video that comes out, as we'll see later, it is genuinely the worst possible look they could have in terms of like their products being shown.
Because when the zipper broke, I was like, all right, maybe I can just fix it. That was my first thing, was I could fix it. There's like a little piece that goes right here, and then you would stick it through with the zipper. But the piece fell off again. Like, I thought I fixed it. As soon as I picked the jacket back up, it just fell off, gravity. And I don't even know where the little piece is now anymore. It's probably somewhere on the ground. But I kid you not, I literally just got home. Like, generally speaking, that's the Miu Miu bag right there. I just took it off, and then that's another bag from some shopping I just did. I literally just got home. I was just gonna put this stuff away, and the moment I get it, it just starts breaking. Yo, imagine spending that much money at a place and everything just breaks.
Yeah, I mean, hypothetically, if I did actually spend this much money on clothes and then they broke, multiple items, by the way, I would be very annoyed, and I would be even more annoyed when we find out what happens in the next video. So to add a bit of context here, Wisdom uploads this original video, it goes viral, Miu Miu's social media comments are just filled with people talking about the situation. So obviously with this going viral and the fact that Wisdom has like 14 million followers is clearly a big influence in the fashion world, they needed to correct the situation, as they should regardless if you have like a TikTok following or whatever, but especially with Wisdom being so well known, obviously they were going to be right on it and be like, right, let's fix this. And it seemed like things were going in the right direction, right? Miu Miu sent some replacements to Wisdom. After receiving the replacements, Wisdom actually took down the original video, but that original video is now up again, and this video will show you why.
People at Miu Miu have sent me replacement items for the 2 items that broke as soon as I got home. I know I posted that video, and I took it down because we were in discussion like, oh, we'll get you new replacement items or we do a refund. And I was like, I really like the items, so I'll just get new replacement items. So here we have a new vest and we have the new sweater. And I'm making this video because if it does happen to break again, I have to have this recorded. Like, no, like, it would just be insane for me to come back again for a second time and be like, it broke. So
so about that last part, you can definitely see where this is going, can't you? But either way, Wisdom opens the replacements. In fact, the zip-up, like, jacket that he got, like the cardigan, that seems to be fine.
All right, so we got the first jacket. The issue was the zipper, right? So I put it on and the zipper, like I immediately just went down. So let's see. All right, good. We've closed. Nice. Okay, nice. Little pull. Okay. Looking good.
But this is where we get to the vest with the dreaded buttons. Honestly, when I saw the second video, I was so shocked how something like this could happen again, right? Because surely they would be like working their absolute hardest to make sure this doesn't happen, be testing every single product they're sending, just be like, right, check them fucking buttons, okay? We need to make sure that they stay on. Yeah, you can see where this is going.
You sound like we're about to put it on, right? Normal? Nothing crazy, just opening up the jacket.
I mean, look how easy that button came off. That is ridiculous. So he's about to do the second button, which is fine. And then after he undoes that one, he goes on to do the next one. I mean, again, pay attention to just how easily this button comes off. That was barely any pressure. That is ridiculous for the pricing. I mean, it would be ridiculous for anything, right? Even if you didn't spend that much money on clothes and a button just came off like that, you'd still feel scammed.
There's no way, bro. This is unfucking-believable. There's no way it's broken again.
No, I'm not gonna lie, I was watching it and I was like...
Mind you, I'm opening this up like regular, like you're about to, you're gonna open it up to put it on. Like, I'm not doing anything.
I don't even know.
I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary here. And we got another button broken.
I mean, this definitely begs the question, like, how bad is the quality control over at Miu Miu, right? The fact that this has happened on 3 different occasions now in a very short period of time with one customer, there is clearly an issue with the quality of these products. Yeah, so at this point, Wisdom re-uploaded the original video because clearly the situation hasn't been resolved, and he has also obviously uploaded this second video as well. And just looking at the comments of this video, there's a bunch of comments like this one saying, how much do these cost again? Why wouldn't they test them before sending? Yeah, that's my big question here. Like, surely they would be testing it to the absolute limit, right? In a situation like this, but apparently not. A lot of people have just simply been commenting, Team you, and then a bunch more comments saying, this is proof that luxury is a scam, you're not buying for the quality. So of course at this point, the comment section on Miu Miu social media, again, is just filled with this situation. But not only that, a bunch more creators are also making videos talking about this. For example, a user called WithJLC posted a video giving his thoughts.
Here's the thing. Here's the fucking thing. I tried to tell you guys, these brands, you're a joke to them. They're trying to fucking rob you, okay? And what he did yesterday, that was baller fucking shit, okay? To show everyone within an hour of leaving Miu Miu after he dropped 18 fucking K that shit was fucking breaking and falling apart on him. Do you know how much money he could have made off of them if he just stayed quiet? That's the thing, you all. A lot of the people online, they are more concerned with the money that they can make from advertisements, partnerships, whatever else, than having true, honest transparency with you. And the thing about what he did in that moment was he showed you he is about the fucking people, and he's not gonna lie to you guys. He's not gonna play in your fucking face, okay?
Yeah, I mean, you would like to think that any, like, fashion creator, if they spent that much money on clothing from a brand, they would probably mention it in a video, especially if it happened twice, right? And they wouldn't just kind of pretend that the quality is incredible. But, I mean, yeah, I don't doubt for a second that people do that. But either way, the video continues, and JLC says that these high-end luxury brands, or at least some of them, just sell cheap products with a label slapped on it.
Some of what you're being sold is just low-quality bullshit with a brand name on it, and you've been deceived into thinking that a label equates to quality.
Yeah, I mean, that's not exactly a secret, right? When you do see the pricing on a lot of clothing items, a lot of the time the pricing is based mainly on the label, right? Obviously, you can get, like, higher quality clothing that is going to be more expensive, but when you're getting into, like, the thousands, right, it is very much based on a name. But either way, like I mentioned earlier, this would be a problem if this wasn't such an expensive brand, right? If you bought that jacket for, like, $100 and had them issues, you would also be very annoyed. If you bought the jacket for $50, you would still be annoyed, right? Like, that type of quality is something you would expect to be on, like, a very, very cheap item of clothing. But yeah, another video that I saw was actually from a creator called It's Just Jelani, and this is what he had to say.
I feel like this is exactly why he should have kept his post up. The reason I really like Wisdom's initial post is because it felt so refreshing. Huge creator with a huge following, a lot of influence, and he works with a lot of these brands. It's really crazy for brands to charge thousands and thousands of dollars for items that break before you even put them on. I think more and more creators, especially ones like Wisdom, need to do more of this and call out brands for the deficiency in their product. They keep raising prices, but the quality isn't going up.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And as you can see, the vast majority of people, to be honest, every single person I've seen comment on this, like from the comment section and the videos, is just kind of saying the same thing, which is the main point here. Like, why do your clothes cost so much if the quality is so bad? I would imagine the PR team at Miu Miu probably isn't having the best time right now, and I imagine they're probably going to have to respond to this, you would think, right? But who knows? Wisdom's original video was actually 5 days ago, and they didn't respond publicly to that. They just kind of sent the replacements. Wisdom's newest video is only from a day ago, and they haven't responded yet, but maybe they will. Either way, I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below on everything that I spoke about in today's video. Do you think we're going to get a response, or do you not think they're going to respond? Yeah, I'm going to leave the video there. So if you did enjoy, please leave a like down below, subscribe if you are new. Also, if you're interested in some other content, me and Emily have a channel, and we recently just uploaded a brand new video, a travel vlog. If you're interested in that, that's linked in the description. It was just uploaded yesterday as I'm recording this. And yeah, until the next one, I will see you guys in a bit. All right, goodbye.